stopped. I'm broadcasting through Restream. For some reason, the broadcasting just stopped. Okay, but we're back. It is Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. This is the African History Network show. We're going to continue here. In the first hour, we were talking about Will Smith to face disciplinary actions. He refused to leave the Oscars after slapping Chris Rock. Then we started talking about, so after we dealt with that topic, then we started talking about the Black News Channel that filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on Monday, March 28th. Okay. How's everybody doing? We're back. For some reason, it stopped broadcasting. So we're back. All right. This is part 2. So we're going to go ahead and continue with our discussion dealing with the Black News Channel. All right. Now, let's go back to, I want to go back to the article here. There was one from thegrio.com that I was pulling up also. But so we'll let the one from the Grio come back up. And if we go back and look at the one from the Wrap in Yahoo News. So 12 weeks later, in December 2021, the Black News Channel began laying off dozens of employees because they had grown to about 300 employees. When Princell Hair came on, he started hiring people, and they started hiring higher priced hosts of shows, things like this. He expanded the programming to 17 hours of live programming, 17 hours of live programming. 12 weeks later, in December 2021, the network began laying off dozens of employees. Okay. Now, also, they were hit with a lawsuit, a sexual harassment lawsuit, sexual discrimination lawsuit. Let's see here. BNC was also hit with a class action lawsuit filed by 13 former and current female employees alleging discrimination and a sexist workplace. Okay. Alleging discrimination and a sexist workplace. Executives denied the accusations. A Nielsen ratings analysis compiled by the Wrap found that of 124 cable news channels in 2021, BNC came in 123rd with an average of 4,000 viewers on any given show. Now, their viewership increased to about somewhere around 10,000 views per show. Their viewership did increase to about 10,000 views per show, but it was still low. Okay, it was still problematic. It was still low. Now, let's see here. Okay, so Fox News was number one with an average of 2.361 million primetime viewers each evening. Okay, Fox News was number one with an average of 2.6 million primetime viewers compared to 4,000 to 10,000. And this is per hour compared to 4,000 to 10,000 for the Black News Channel. Now, last Thursday, the network's human resources department sent out an email saying employees would not be paid as scheduled the following day. All right. The email read, March 25th payroll deposit will be delayed. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused, said the memo from Human Resources VP Nicole Collins. We are actively working to resolve this matter quickly and will advise you with an update as soon as possible. Now, on March 25th, BNC staffers learned the channel had reached the end of its journey, as employees were notified by phone that the channel was ceasing operations. Prince Hare sent out a memo to staffers saying he was, quote, saddened and disappointed. Now, during the past few months, we have endured very painful workforce conditions at all levels of the network as we work to achieve our financial goal of a break-even business. This has forced all of you to do more with less, and your contributions have been remarkable. Unfortunately, due to challenging market conditions and global financial pressures, we have been unable to meet our financial goals, and the timeline afforded to us has run out, end quote. Okay, so check out this article here from Yahoo News, picked up from the wrap.com. Black News Channel files for bankruptcy with up to $50 million in debt. So this goes to why nobody. So from my understanding, Byron Allen offered $30 million to buy it, but Shahid Khan wanted $100 million because Shahid Khan invested at least $50 million into the company. So selling it for $30 million, that's not going to work. Then you can also look at the article we talked about a few days ago from the LA Times. Shahid Khan's Black News Channel is shutting down. Okay, this is from Friday, March 25th. Shahid Khan's Black News Channel is shutting down and gives background information into what happened also. All right. And then this article here from thegrio.com, and I can't get this ad to close out, so read this one as well. The Black News Channel announces layoffs right before Christmas. The Black News Channel announces layoffs right before Christmas. Okay. This is from December 18th, 2021. Now, there was one quick article I was trying to find, and this dealt with the joke Regina Hall told during the Oscars. This is towards the beginning of the show. And I want to find that quickly here because very few people are talking about this. I don't know if they didn't see it in the Oscars, didn't know that it happened. But let's look at this. So thelist.com has a story on this. Okay, this article from thelist.com is, let's see here. Regina Hall's Oscars joke about Will and Jada's marriage has some viewers cringing. Okay, now I haven't heard people say, "Oh, she was being malicious." She was being malicious. I haven't heard people saying, "Oh, she was being malicious and she had it in for Will and Jada," things like this. She's in Girls Trip with Jada Pinkett Smith. And if they come out with a sequel, she's going to be in the sequel also. So here's what happened. The Oscars are okay. Let me see, skip over all this preamble stuff. So we can close out these ads. Okay, so the Oscars were co-hosted by Regina Hall, Wanda Sykes, and Amy Schumer. And the joke, in a joke, Regina Hall noted that she needed to call up a handful of people. Let's see, we go to this here, and okay, I can't close out the ad. In a joke, so the three of them worked together on the material for the show. Regina Hall talked to the New York Times about what it was like pulling the show together. Okay, what it was like pulling the show together, and how much she liked working with Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes. Sometimes there's a good idea, but then somebody takes that idea to the next level, end quote. So it's hard to know how one of Regina Hall's jokes about choosing men to meet up with came about. Takes that idea all right to the next level. So let me turn this down here. Okay. Sometimes it's a good idea, but then somebody takes that idea to the next level. So it's hard to know how one of Regina Hall's jokes about choosing men to meet up with came about. Now let me see if I can pull up a better article about this. Okay, there's one from thevulture.com and one from Huffington Post. I'd rather do that. That way I can increase the size of it. Okay. Let's see here. We look at this one here from March 27th from Huffington Post. Okay. A very single Regina Hall uses Oscars to find a boyfriend, pats down Jason Momoa. The comedian also joked about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's open marriage, which the couple laughed off. This is at the same award show. This is getting very little attention. Okay, so Jason and who's this? Regina Hall, Josh Brolin, and Jason Momoa after that pat down. Okay, so we know that Regina Hall, Wanda Sykes, and Amy Schumer were co-hosts. The Oscar co-hosts used fake pandemic protocols to attempt to find the next squeeze, singling out Timothy Chalamet, Tyler Perry, Bradley Cooper, Simu Liu, and more to get quote unquote tested backstage. The men leaped up to the stage where they found out that Regina Hall planned to administer the test with her tongue. Okay, this is part of the Oscars also. The men leaped up on stage to find out that Regina Hall planned to administer the test with her tongue. Regina Hall also called out to Oscar nominee Will Smith from the stage joking with Will, joking that while Will Smith's while Will Smith was not single, his wife Jada Pinkett Smith had approved of him getting tested. Okay, this is during the Oscars also. Okay, Regina Hall, joking with Will Smith, said that while Will Smith was not single, his wife Jada Pinkett Smith had approved of him getting tested. Okay, referring to their open marriage. Quote, Will Smith, you're married, but you know what? You're on the list and it looks like Jada approved you. So get on up here. End quote. Regina Hall alluding to the couple's open marriage. Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith both laughed, though the King Richard star waved off Hall's offer and stayed in his seat. Okay, he didn't go up on stage. Now that's before Chris Rock joked about Jada Pinkett Smith's bald head and being in G.I. Jane 2. The comedian Regina Hall also called out to Oscar winner Denzel Washington and his wife Pauletta to see if their son John David had attended with them. John David Washington. Denzel Washington laughed but shook his head no to signal that his son was not there. When Regina Hall finally dismissed the single man to go backstage, she brought up presenters Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa for 2 very intimate pat downs. She said, "Oh boy, wow, this is a lot. This is a lot." Regina Hall said as she patted down Jason to laughs from the audience. Okay, so read the rest of this. This also took place at the Oscars as well. So she's drawn a little criticism for that as well from some people also for that joke. All right, that's from the Huffington Post. All right, look, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart on these broadcasts. Follow us on our Facebook fan page, The African History Network, The African History Network, on our YouTube channel, Michael Imhotep, Imhotep. You can support the African History Network. We're celebrating our 12th year anniversary of me broadcasting the African History Network show. First started March 10th, 2010. On the Harambe Radio Network. Then I went to Blog Talk Radio, and then I've been on 910 AM Superstation WFDF for 6 years. I was on the Empowerment Radio Network for a couple of years, from like 2014 to 2016 as well. Empowerment Radio Network. $, the AHN show through Cash App, and then through PayPal, paypal.me/the AHN show. We have the information at our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. And also information about how to listen to our shows and listen to the audio podcast. Wherever you get your audio podcast from, search for the African History Network show. We're on 10 different audio podcast platforms, including iHeartRadio. Download the iHeartRadio app. Search for the African History Network show. You can also listen 9:10 AM Superstation WFDF live there as well. That's me in the radio station broadcasting my show. And then we have the information here. Where is it? Right here. Okay, Cash App and PayPal. And then register for the online classes I teach on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Maafa. Kemet, one of the original names for Egypt. Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Maafa. Understanding the transatlantic slave trade, what they didn't teach you in school. So the class is regularly $130. It's on sale, $60. We do the sessions live. All the sessions are archived and recorded. You can go back and watch it anytime. We deal with thousands of years of history and what leads up to the transatlantic slave trade taking place. We also deal with the African presence in the Americas, dating back at least 51,700 years. here in the land we call the United States of America. And there's a lot of books that I reference also. You don't have to buy any of the books to follow along in class. One of the books is from our friend, Dr. David Imhotep, The First Americans Where Africans Documented Evidence. So I do a PowerPoint presentation. We have book references, articles, video clips. You can use this information with your children. I would say the information is PG-13. And then we have a bundle pack where you can register for both classes for $100. It's a $260 value. The second class that I teach which is on Sundays, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement and Black Power, 1865 to 1968. And next class is Sunday, April 3rd. And we deal with history starting in 1803 with the Louisiana Purchase. And then we go up to the Civil War, Reconstruction, Jim Crow era, World War I, World War II, Civil Rights Movement, Black Power Movement. Okay. And we deal with what leads up to, and we go through and look at that history and look at the laws and policies put in place to put us in the predicament we're in today, so we understand where we need to go from here. All right, look, we have to get out of here. Remember, at the African History Network, we focus on educating, empowering, and inspiring people of African descent throughout the diaspora and around the world, because right now, it corrects wrong behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.